Thank you everyone for listening. I'm very excited and grateful to have the chance to share what me and my partner in life, but also partner at Sustainable Food Ventures, Ryan Bethencourt, have been up to in the last almost 3 months. So let's begin by me sharing with you, oops, let me see. I'll try to go to the next slide. And I cannot at the moment. So let me figure this out. Let me see. Like this. Did you see me change the slides? Okay, thank you. Okay, so as the world in 2020 closed itself down physically, the virtual space, however, opened itself up. And so did me and Ryan in both sense, virtual and physical. We actually decided to move from San Francisco, Bay Area, Silicon Valley to Research Triangle Park in North Carolina. And if I'm very honest with you, we had this thought, or we started considering it this May, and I had heard about North Carolina before, coming from Estonia and having lived in many different countries, but I'd never heard about Research Triangle Park. But I'm so happy it came to me, or it came to us. So Research Triangle Park is one of the 4 biotech hubs in the United States, alongside with, of course, Silicon Valley, San Diego, Boston, and then Research Triangle Park. And let me tell you all why we chose Research Triangle Park as our foundation in terms of home, but also in terms of food ventures. Now I have to do this, it seems like. Okay, I think we're on slide number 3. So why RTP or Research Triangle Park? So after the Second World War, RTP, or North Carolina, RTP as an area, North Carolina as a state, was one of the poorest states in the United States. And their income per capita, I think, was the one before last, like one of the lowest ones. And that was to many reasons, but one of the things was that the economy here was mostly based on 3 pillars. So tobacco, textile, and the last one was furniture manufacturing. And the local academics in 3 universities, such as Duke University, NC State University, and UNC Chapel Hill, decided that how about we make a Research Triangle Park, which would foster innovation and invite talent to this area. And this thought emerged about 70 years ago, and today RTP is has, I'd say, reached the potential of the idea and even more. It is today a biotech hub, but also an agtech hub, as well as electronics hub, having three really big multinational corporations having their headquarters and labs here. So GlaxoSmithKline, so GSK, Syngenta, and IBM all are based here in RTP. And what is exciting about RTP is that it's not only an exciting spot because of the companies that are here and the talent and the universities are here, but it's also green and it's affordable. So compared to California, which literally I feel like smoked us out, RTP is really full of greenery. And the interesting thing is that $1.5 billion were just invested to RTP area to develop the new area, kind of in the middle where you see the hub, to develop the 44-acre land for the future growth of this area. So the area has been growing in the last decade very intensely, but it will continue growing in the next decade even more exponentially. And it is exciting that the land that is dedicated to this growth for biotech, for food tech, and for electronics, 1/3 of it is dedicated to nature. And then the 2/3 are dedicated to humans for, working, living. But it's a holistic view of the future, and I'm really glad to be here together with everyone who's building that hub. Okay, so let's move on from why RTP. So if you're a founder out there and you're considering finding a new location, I highly recommend this place because you can actually have a balance between your work, your home, and recreation. Let's move forward to what has Sustainable Food Ventures been up in the last 2.5 months. So we actually launched together with Ryan Bethencourt the fund on the 1st of October. And we're the world's first angel-less rolling fund investing in the future of food startups. And we focus on 3 technologies, such as plant-based, cell-based, and recombinant. And our thesis is to invest in companies that substitute directly animals in the food supply chain. And we invest, of course, globally. That's why we're talking about investing beyond California or Silicon Valley today. In this quarter, we've had 100 companies, 100 startups apply. So it's been companies applying through our webpage, through introductions, or through LinkedIn or Twitter, many different channels that we are present. Now that physically we're kind of like located in one place. And we have had 24 companies apply, and most of them, like about 1/4, still come from the United States, but fast followers are India, UK, Israel, and South Africa. So let me then talk a bit more about what we've done. In this quarter alone, we've made investments into 15 startups. 5 of them are cell-based that I'm going to talk briefly about in the presentation, and then I'm open to questions from all different fronts, whether you want to know more about the companies or RTP or in general. So 5 cell-based, 3 recombinant, and 7 plant-based companies, and they're all distributed in 10 different locations. And let me just tell a bit about the geography, since we say investing beyond Silicon Valley. I really believe that RTP is going to, I mean, it already is a biotech and agricultural tech and like electronics hub, but I really think it could be the next Cell Valley or the next hub for cell cultured everything. We have 3 companies that are located here in North Carolina, and 2 are actually moving from the Bay Area to North Carolina. So 1/3 of the companies will be here where me and Ryan are based. And then the rest of the companies are either in other parts of the US, such as one in Sacramento and one in New York City, or other countries, London, India, Nigeria, Canada, Chile, and Israel. And we will continue to expand beyond Silicon and inspire people to go where they want to be, not where supposedly the money is, right? So that's kind of like go where you can really live and have the talent and really enjoy what you're doing in multiple different fronts. So beyond geography, I want to now talk about the 5 companies that are cell-based. I'm just going to name them out one by one, and then I'm going to talk more deeply about them. So these are the 5. I can name 4, and 1 will self-announce them either later this year or earlier next year. So let's get into the companies. So the first company we have invested in is called Gelatek. They do cell-based collagen and gelatin, and what is unique is that they used jellyfish cells to make that into reality. And there are 2 female co-founders. Stephanie Michelson is based here in Raleigh in the RTP area, and Kylie is actually in the Netherlands, where she's organizing the science side of the company. And the second company that we invested in is called Novel Farms, also 2 female co-founders, and they're focusing gourmet whole cut meats, and they're starting with Iberico ham and what I can't say it. The beef that, that is like really exclusive and that like gets massaged to taste in a specific way, Wagyu, if I pronounce it correctly. So I think it's that one pronunciation. And they started earlier this year as did Gelatek. And then the third company is called Better Milk, so cow's milk for adults, and it's made by using mammalian cells and specifically organoids and using the microfluidics technology. And the co-founders are based, and the company will be based in Montreal, Canada. And it's founded by Jennifer and Lucas. And they are also started, I think, in the second half of 2020. And then the fourth company is called Blue Ridge Bantam. They're focusing on whole chicken and turkey. And they're going to be based as well in RTP in North Carolina. Carson Bone is the CEO of the company, and Khan is the CSO. And I'm very excited to see how whole, like, you know, maybe once Thanksgiving we can have a full cell-based turkey on our tables. And then the last company, I'll just briefly say that they're stealth. They're doing animal fats, and what is unique about them is that they are using mathematical modeling to predict and optimize the biochemical pathways that the cells use to produce specific fats that give them flavor to the product. So when we consume cell-based anything, or anything, but specifically meats, the specific flavor to pork or lamb or any of the different type of animals comes from the fats mainly, because fats are flavor carriers, and they're just very crucial when we are wanting to get the specific flavor of the specific animal we all like to eat in terms of taste and texture. And it's also, in addition to flavor, it's important for the mouthfeel, so that it feels juicy and it feels like, you know, you're having a rich experience of the product. So I'm very excited for all of the 5 that are cell-based, but the other 10 that are either plant-based and recombinant as well. If you are a founder out there listening to this talk, please reach out to me and Ryan via sustainablefoodventures.com. You can apply for funding. We like to be the first investors, or one of the first investors, together with Mission Alive Partners. We talk to people who are at idea stage. We talk to people who are just thinking about, you know, never even haven't thought about entrepreneurship, but kind of are excited about the area and try to fit in, but actually they have the potential, or you could see that they have an entrepreneur in them. And then oftentimes we just pose the question, well, what about doing your own company? So I'm really excited to connect with everyone who are on this path of substituting animals in the supply chain. And also, if you're an investor and you like what we are standing for and what we're investing in, and the change we're building in the world, we are starting to accept funds again in January 2021. And we're looking for partners who believe that this is the future for us, for our fellow sentient beings, and for this whole planet. Thank you so much. I'm open to all the questions.